The knock. We've had a call about you. It's the evening. You're at home, shoes off, telly on, and then it comes a knock at the door, firm 3 times. You open it, and there are 2 police officers standing on your step, calm, polite, one of them already half smiling. And the first thing they say is the line that has walked its way into millions of homes. Evening, we've had a call about you. Can we come in for a quick chat? And your stomach drops because you can't think of a single thing you've done wrong, but you're a decent person and decent people cooperate. So your hand is already moving to open the door wider to step back to let them in and get this sorted. Stop, because right there in that who I am friendly little question at your own front door is a trap, and it's one of the most expensive traps in the whole of the law, because here is the truth almost nobody knows until it's too late. When an officer asks if he can come in, it is very often a sign that he has no legal right to. That question isn't manners. It's a key, and the moment you open that door and step aside, you hand it to him. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you one sentence, one calm sentence you say through that door that protects your home without making you look like you've got anything to hide. I'll show you the exact UK law that backs it up, including the handful of times they genuinely can come in, whether you like it or not, so you know the difference. And stay with me to the very end, because there's a second thing the officer says the moment you don't just swing the door open, and that follow-up line is the real trap. It's the one that catches even people who think they know their rights. I'm Oliver Bennett. For 15 years, I defended people in police stations and courtrooms across England and Wales, and on this channel, I break down exactly what to say and what not to say when the police come to you using the real law, so that when it happens, you're the one in control. And let me be clear right from the start, I'm not here to tell you the police are the enemy. Most officers are decent people doing a hard job, and if someone's in danger, they should be able to act. I'm here for the gray area moments, the knock with no warrant, the quick chat, the vague call about you, so that when one lands on your doorstep, you know exactly where the line is. Quick note before we go on. This is legal education for England and Wales, not legal advice, and I'm not your solicitor. For your own situation, speak to a qualified one. Right, let me show you what that knock really is. Here's what a good solicitor would tell you the second you describe that scene. Your home is not the street. No general right of entry. Home is not the street. On the pavement, the rules are one thing, but your front door is the strongest line in the whole of English law. They call it the threshold. And for centuries, the principle has been that an Englishman's home is his castle. What that means in plain terms is this: a police officer has no general right to walk into your home. None. To cross that threshold, they need one of 3: warrant, power, or consent lawfully. He needs one of only 3 things. He needs a warrant, a document signed by a court, or he needs a specific power written into law that applies right then, or he needs your consent, your permission, and look carefully at that list because we've had a call about you is not on it. A report, a tip-off, an anonymous call, a concern, none of those on their own is a key to your door. So when an officer stands on your step and asks nicely if he can come in, listen to what he's telling you without meaning to. If he had a warrant, he wouldn't ask. He'd show it. If he had a power to force entry, he wouldn't ask. He'd use it. The fact that he is asking is very often the loudest possible clue that he cannot come in unless you let him. The question is the key he hasn't got, and he's hoping you'll hand him yours. And here's the part that catches why honest people open up. The consent trap good, honest people. The ones with genuinely nothing to hide. They think opening the door makes them look cooperative. They think keeping it closed makes them look guilty. So they open it wide, they step back, they say, "Yeah, of course, come in." And in that single polite movement, they've given away the one protection the law built into their home. Because the moment you consent, the moment you invite them over that threshold, or even just step back and let the door swing open so they can follow you in, it no longer matters that they had no warrant and no power. You gave permission, and permission is all they needed. An entry you could have refused is now an entry you agreed to. So understand this clearly. Keeping your own front door closed is not obstruction, it is not a crime, and it is not evidence of guilt. It is you keeping shut the one door the law says you are allowed to keep shut. And I want a closed door,